We outside, we outside, we outside. What's going on? Waiting for you girls. Waiting for you girls to get in the building. Yeah. Waiting for you girls to show up in the building, girl. What we got going on? What we got going on? How is everyone? Waiting to see what it gives, girl. Where's everyone? Woo. Already. Come on now. How's everybody doing this fine evening? How are we doing? How are we doing, girl? What's tea? What's tea, girl? Don't forget to like the live. Letting folks get in the building, girl. Letting folks get in the building. It's a lot going on, y'all. I've been saying this for a minute. Like, in terms of the spiritual collective, it's a lot going on. It's so much going on. Y'all wouldn't believe it. It's so much going on. All right, y'all. We're trying to let people file in a little bit. What's up, loving? Trying to let people file in. It's been a lot going on in the collective, y'all, and I'm telling you, so much of it has to do with how you move. And I think that somebody in the collective, you don't really realize the significance of how you move. You move in a very unique way. This is where a lot of the little shock and confusion be coming from with people when it comes to you. Hey, queen. Shock and confusion be coming from with people when it comes to you, because how you move is not the everyday. How you move is not the everyday. We done already pulled a few, y'all. We done pulled the forgotten path. One of the things about you that really kind of gets people blown back, upset, they don't know what to do, is that you have no problem taking the forgotten path and you celebrate it. Like, you're your own type of person. You do things in a very different way. Nobody is doing it like you do it. Nobody is doing it like you do it. You do it in a different way. You got your own vibe. You got your own way of being. You got your own flavor. So when you go off and kind of do your own thing, you have a way of creating the supreme path for yourself. It's like stuff that wouldn't work for nobody, it will literally work for you. You jump off and do something nobody has thought about, and it'll blow up for you. Like, all of a sudden, you'll be the girl. Like, it'll blow up for you. And the thing that's so weird is, like, you've become used to, over your time in your life, you've become used to that whenever things blow up for you, here come the birds. They mad. Here come the comic birds. They upset. They salty. You're used to that. It's not even a big deal to you. It's not even something that people really mention no more. We got the forgotten path. Is a major, major, major part of your makeup, who you are. I'm getting Cancer. I'm getting Sagittarius. I'm getting Scorpio. I'm getting Leo energy real big when it comes to this. In this situation, the fact that you'll see a long haul ahead and you'll keep forging forward. You have the ability to do that. Like, you'll see the long haul ahead and just keep forging forward with absolutely no problem. It's easy for you to do. We see the Three of Cups. Three of Cups in the building. You love it and you celebrate it. You like it. You don't get mad about it. It's something that's easy for you to do. Hey, Shamika girl. It's something that's easy for you to do. It's really because you kind of wow, girl. Like, and the crazy thing is, you're wow, and you're wow in a way that it's very different Because you're very proud of being different. Like, you're proud of being the one that's out there doing woo-wop. You're proud of that. You love it. You never cared about being different. You never cared about seeming different, looking different. When it comes to your moon or your Venus, somebody is high in water sign energy. Somebody is a lot of Pisces, a lot of Cancer, a lot of Scorpio. You love being emotional. You love being feminine. You love being soft. But you also have no problem loving being by yourself, doing your own thing. You don't have a problem with that. You got a real easy issue of just making it happen for yourself no matter what. This is one of the main things that people get upset about. They're upset, girl. They upset because when you howl, things happen, baby. You get in front of that moon and you howl and you change them cycles. You change the world and the space around you with absolutely no issue. It's so easy for you to do. It's no issue at all. Baby, here's the real thing about you to be getting everybody upset. I want you to follow me on this. Not only are you on the forgotten path, not only are you someone that will open your mouth and just do it big with no questions asked. Like, you talk your talk with no questions asked. Not only that, camouflage. You're the type of girl, your spiritual energy. What's up, Japan? Your spiritual energy and who you are and how you are, sis. Don't nobody really see you coming. And it's like you pride yourself on that. You never try to be different. You never try to stand out. You just do. You know how to be cunning in the best possible way. Nobody really knows your flavor. Nobody really knows what you're on. It's very easy. It's very easy for you to be that way. You keep everything to yourself. So here you are in the midst of things, celebrating the fact that you just do it differently. 7 of Wands comes through with the Ace of Swords. This is your truth. And I'm telling you right now, from a spiritual perspective, somebody, you come through in big energy. The fact that this is your truth and you live it without question, you live it without any problems. The fact that you do that is the reason you have such strong energy around you. You literally have a spiritual fortress around you. You're hard to knock down. Folks wage spiritual warfare at you and get the shock of their life. Because knocking you down, making a fool of you, playing you, embarrassing you, baby, that's a fantasy that people have, but they're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to really move like that because you have a very cunning way about yourself. It's giving me very much fox energy. Somebody, literally, you're as cunning as a fox. You have a lot of spiritual gifts, so you see a lot of attacks coming towards you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. You see a lot of attacks coming towards you, okay? It's like you see it happen. You have a very good kind of prophetic way about you. You also are very good at knowing when somebody is trying to go to war with you. It's so easy for you to detect. You know it in a minute, like, okay. But the thing that's so cold about you is you're not going to say anything. Once again, the forgotten path protects you. The fact that you're kind of a loner, baby, the forgotten path, the howl, baby, the camouflage. Do you understand me that somebody is coming through right now? You're coming through in wolf and fox energy at the same time. You're cunning. Like, you know how to keep the enemy on their toes. These covens and warlocks really can't even see you well enough to come at you in the first place because you know how to move in dark energy. When it comes to dark energy, you're not intimidated. You're not confused. You don't get lost. You know how to move. You know how to out-trick the trickster because you have the ability to see prophetically. So a lot of these dark spirits and energies, they really be kind of sick in their soul when they come in contact with you because they're not able to really be prepared for you because they think you don't know. That's always the thing. They think they don't know. They think you don't know. They think you're lost. They think you're confused because you're that smooth. You're that smooth. It's easy for you to do. Super easy. Baby, people kill me trying to get stuff for free. It's super easy for you to do. We're not doing any pick of cards. We're not doing that. Anywho, y'all, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on tonight, okay? It's so easy for you to be in a situation where things could be terrible. Everybody could be dirty with it. Hey, boo. Everybody could be dirty with it. Everybody could be doing you away. These people could be demonic as hell. And I'm going to tell you something. They think because you're light energy, you're going to be easily bullied. You're going to be easily taken advantage of. You're going to be easy to, girl, listen. I don't even want to say it, but it's coming to me, so I'm going to say it. It's like it's folks out there that's literally coming at you like they're trying to curse you in a sense. Straight like that. They're trying to curse you. They're trying to put you into a certain state of mind. People want you to feel like, girl, it's like the fact that you know how to make it alone is what they mad about. That's crazy to me. This is what they're mad about. Girl, they don't want you out here making it by yourself. You like a wild wolf riding the wave by yourself. This literally got warlocks and witches after you. And I'm trying to figure out why. Like, I'm sitting here going through it. And it's like, girl, you know they're after you. And you just be smooth with it. You just be smooth with it. You know they're after you, girl. We see packed energy and reflection. You understand that when it comes to you, you kind of attract this kind of energy from people. You get it. You get it. You get it. Like, you know, you're like, I expect people to be mad. I expect people to be salty. I expect people to come at me a certain way. You understand it. And you continue to walk in your truth. This is another reason they mad. Girl, you got people, girl, you got people so upset, girl. We got the 6 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. That 5 coming back to back like that, girl, that's chaos going on. The Hermit, let me tell you what's tea. You got somebody around you. They're thinking about you constantly, and they're thinking about how they can move in on your territory. That's their big goal. They're thinking about how they can move in on your territory. This is because they personally feel like you have more than them. This Page of Pentacles, they feel like you have more than them. They feel like you bring more to the table than they do. And so their thoughts are like, how can I move in on her territory? How can I get her in a situation where I'm inside and she's outside? They want to inhabit all the zones of who you are. It's like your confidence, they're trying to get close to it. One of the reasons that you constantly attract people that want to get in where you at, they want to be on what you own. The reason that you constantly attract people that are like this is because you are a loner. It's because you stand so strong alone. And not only that, literally, remember we saw that wolf energy, baby. You howl on your own. You howl. You're not on your own crying about it. Because you rock on your own, people want you to be crying about it. Girl, these warlock energies, they want you to be crying about it. They want you to feel like an outsider. This wolf and this fox energy on you, they want you to feel like an outsider. They want you to feel like you're constantly outside. This is 5 of Pentacles, y'all, howling at the door, begging to get in. They want you to be in a position of like a mouse where you're always stuck in the walls, desperately trying to get into what's happening. They want you to feel like you're never permitted inside. I'm literally seeing somebody wants to see you always trying to get in. They don't want you to ever get in. They want you to feel like you're always trying to get in. The reason that they're mad is because you're outside, but you're outside on these fools. And I want y'all to catch the difference that I'm giving. Baby, you're outside on them. That's a very different thing. When you're locked outside, anybody, when you do something outside, you're crying about it. But when you do something on them fools, that's when you make them feel like what you got going on is what they want. You're an outsider on these fools. You're an outsider and you don't have no problem with being an outsider. Baby, you make outside look good. People inside feeling like followers. When they see you, they like, I didn't even know I wasn't a leader till just now. You got a whole group of people that literally, when it comes to you, they feel like they're your rivals. But they see how you love being on what you own, the Hermit. You love your world. You love how you move. You love how you talk. They see how good you make being an outsider look. Everybody want to be a rebel now. Everybody want to be in their own lane now. Before they saw you, they didn't care about that. You are a priestess of original innocence, baby. You are the type of woman where you hold your head up high. You keep a lot of secrets. That's why you're cunning. You don't really tell nobody what's going on with you. And you're pure. You're pure, baby. Original innocence. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You're the type of person where you're not asking no questions like that. You're like, I'm already the girl. I already got my crown on and I'm wearing it outside, boo. I'm wearing my crown outside. Y'all don't even have to wonder about me. Y'all don't have to know what's going on with me. Baby, you got all the bitches upset because you're supposed to want to be part of the crew. You're supposed to want to be that dude woman. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. It's people that's mad because they feel like you're supposed to want to be with them. That's where the coven energy is coming from, baby. They turning in the whole covens out here when it comes to you because you don't want to be a part of it. You're supposed to want to be that man woman. You like, baby, I don't care. I'm out here doing me. I'm out here riding the rails. You're supposed to want to be in that clique of women. Baby, you're not trying to be in that clique. And the problem is, not only that, your energy is so strong, you're so cunning, you're rocking so left of center, you're doing things so different than these punks have ever seen it done. The man who feel like this warlock, baby, he playing tricks, he doing mirror tricks, reflection tricks, trying to get you to want to be with him. Whole time, he's starting to feel like, what I'm missing out over there with her. He like, I'm missing something. I need to be over there on her side. It's something about you where you're making these people feel like they're missing out. The wing leader. Baby, you fly high, no lie. They know it. It's so much energy coming through y'all with the queens of the divine feminine flying. Baby, so many people is taking off and taking flight right now. And these people, they looking at you, they sick. These warlocks, they sick. They're like, yo, you're supposed to want to be with them. You're supposed to want to be kicking it with them. You're supposed to be like, I'm not living because I'm not with so-and-so. Now you got so-and-so feeling like he's not living because he's not with you. And I'm going to tell you exactly why you bring this out of people, feminine. You bring this out of people where they feel like, oh, I just don't know what's going on because I'm not with her. You bring it out of people because you have that cunningness. Whether you mean to or not, you come off very tricky. You have fox energy. So you come off like you'll look to people like you super nice and in love with them. Then all of a sudden it's like they don't hear from you no more. They like, what's going on? How is she moving? They can never figure out how you're moving, sis. That's what have them stuck. That's what have them sick. How is she moving? I thought she wanted to be a part of our crew. You'll sit there and talk with people. Be what's up? What's up? It's cool. I'm with y'all. I'm this, that, and the third. I want to know what's going on. The next day they don't hear from you no more. They like, I thought she wanted to be one of us. Baby, you represent the bard of truth. The reason that nobody can ever really get through to you and really get a spell cast on you, and girl, they're out there trying to cast spells on you, but pause. Spells that are trying to be cast on you by the Karmic Witch Warlock Collective, the spirits, the spells that are trying to be cast on you are more wanting to extract your energy. Baby, people want to know the recipe. They want to know the recipe. They're like, how is she doing that? People want to see the inside of your world so bad, sis, and you don't even freaking know. You don't even freaking know. People want to see the inside of your world so bad, baby. They want to see the inside of your world so bad. People are like, what's up with her? Like, what's up with her? 7 of Cups, they daydreaming about it. They're going to night dreaming about it. They're trying to figure you out. Are you a villain or are you the goddess? God forbid you be both. You know, they ain't ready for that. People trying to figure it out. Are you the villain or are you the goddess? What's to you? What's up? What is to you? What's up? It's like you're a riddle for fools. You're a riddle. They've never seen a feminine energy move so freely being a loner before. They've never seen a feminine energy own the fact that she's different before. So they want to know. They're trying to figure out like what can we cast? What can we do that's going to kind of make it easy for us to see who she really is? Death. A lot of these people are kind of, I'm just going to be completely honest with you, girl. Folks is out there kind of wishing not physical death on you, but they want to see the death of your spirit. This is going on in the Divine Feminine Collective a lot because a lot of karmics are falling. And I'm going to tell you why a lot of karmics are falling, girl. A lot of karmics are falling because they are no longer being covered by their birth mothers. You have a lot of birth mothers who birthed karmic energies, masculines and feminines, and they're starting to feel like they did a poor job. They've been protecting protecting these kids. They've been protecting these warlocks. They've been protecting these witches. Some of them have been spiritual mothers, baby. You have spiritual mothers. You have spiritual goddesses. They're taking their hands off of their spiritual daughters and sons because they're realizing that there is wickedness in them. You have a lot of the spiritual collective on the higher end, like the older elders. I'm talking people that are 60 plus that have been covering a lot of the collective, the karmic collective, wishing them the best, wishing things work out for them. They've been covering them in prayer, covering them, praying for them, hoping for them, wishing for them, making excuses for them. And it's been keeping them from really experiencing a lot of their consequences. But now that these mothering energies, these spiritual mothers, these gurus, baby, some of them have been Muslim, some of them have been Yoruba, some of them have been Christian, some of them have been Hoodoo, some of them have been Buddhist, some of them have been just plain spiritualist, some of them have been Kemetic. But you've had mothers that have been covering the collective, whether they were birth blood mothers or just regular mothers. They've been covering the karmic collective, believing that there was still hope. And in 2026, a lot of them are taking their hands off. That's why you are starting to see a lot of celebrity karmics fall so fast. Their mothers have stopped giving a damn. Their mothers have started saying, I've been trying for the last 18 years to get you right and I can't do it. And they're giving up, they're walking away, they're pulling back. So with that being said, you have a lot of these karmic energies that are sitting back and they're looking at you and they're trying to figure out what's going on with you. But baby, they can wish you death. They can be mad at you. They can wish death to your spirit all day. They're still going to have their day in court because you're covered by the divine collective. So it doesn't matter what they wish on you. But they're upset. They're trying to figure out where your energy comes from. They're trying to figure out why no matter what they do, the Phoenix energy, you continue to rise from the ashes. You keep having day after day. You've had so many days on them, girl. They don't know what to do. You just keep rising and they can't figure out where your energy is coming from. They can't figure out where your favor is coming from. They don't get it. They're not going to be able to get it because you're a trailblazer. You're going to end up being somebody that because you had no problem, once again, going along that forgotten path and you did it alone. You didn't give a damn who was going along with you. A lot of these people, believe it or not, they're going to end up emulating you down the line. They're going to end up trying to be like you down the line because you were one of those girls that always understood, like you was a spiritual gangster. You never needed anybody in the earth realm because you knew you had your family in the spirit realm. You knew that you were hearing from the divine. You knew you were hearing from your gods, your goddesses, your deities. You knew that when you read books, you were getting esoteric knowledge. You knew you were getting filled. You knew you were getting blessed. Somebody literally woke up one morning and your whole life was different. I feel like it was sometime in a July. I don't know if it was July of 25, 23, 21. Somebody woke up in a July. It was a summer morning and you literally felt the weight of previous issues and problems just fall off of you. Literally, you felt it fall off. No questions asked. You knew in the moment like something's different. I'm in a new wave. I'm in a new season. Something has changed. Ever since that day, you've been completely different. Okay, we see the echo. That was the day that you entered your path, your own personal path, never had to look back. You literally were able to hear the echo of things around you in some sense. It was because you were literally stepping into your own chamber. You got leveled up and ascended in a time where it was off cadence. It's as though, I'm going to tell y'all spiritually, like I always talk to y'all about the rapture. There are situations that go on spiritually where a large part of the collective will be ascended and lifted up into the heaven realm at the same time together. It happens all the time. It happens however many quarters. I feel like about 3 to 8 times a year, just depending. Your ascension, girl, you didn't go up in a rapture. You went up by yourself. You ascended alone. And because you ascended alone, that's that spiritual gangster energy on you. That's that gangster. You ascended by yourself. You didn't need nobody to ascend with you. You didn't need nobody to sign off on your ascension. You didn't care to try to negotiate with nobody on your ascension. You didn't tell nobody about your ascension. You just woke up one summer morning and you was like, yo, let's go. Like you got in your bag and you was like, it's awakening time. Even if you didn't call it that or know that, you just got into your awakening. And ever since that happened, this is where the spiritual warfare kicked off. And I'm going to tell you why, girl. You already know me. The spiritual warfare kicked off because the people around you were moving way slower than you. So it's as though you got catapulted into the future. Okay? And some of your friends were still in the past. They were moving way slower than you. Okay? They were moving slowly towards carnal fulfillment when you had moved into your divine feminine energy, Ace of Pentacles. Yet these people was behind you, girl, and they was butt hurt. Nine of Wands. People started to see a difference in you. People started to see a change. They started to see it, and it wasn't a change like, oh, you're wearing different clothes. The change was when you moved into that upper echelon spiritual chamber. Baby, that was the change. You moved into that chamber, boo-boo, and everything changed. This was the moment where everybody started to kind of react to you differently, y'all. They started to react to you differently. Baby, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I got to go cut my pot off, okay? Y'all, we getting into it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, don't forget to like the live. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay? We back, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, baby. And don't forget to like the live. And we are back. Y'all, listen. These people, they're upset. They're confused. They don't know what's going on. You ascended alone, but not only did you ascend alone, you ascended alone and you made no apologies for it. You ascended alone and you didn't ask anybody for help. That is a unique thing. I'm literally hearing this Christ consciousness energy. Christ consciousness energy, because we remember, baby, Jesus walked that walk alone. Not only that, his friends betrayed him and it did not stop him from completing the mission. So you ascended in a very major way. And a lot of the people around you, baby, they shocked, they shook, they don't know what's going on. Some of these people around you that are upset, they're in this warlock energy, they're in this coven energy. These people are very upset with you specifically because they felt like they were going to be the ones to rescue you. You had people around you that were trying to cast you as a pity case, as a charity case. These covens and these warlock energies, they were trying to curse you and that they were trying to speak to you as though you were less. When you started getting money, people started reminding you of when you didn't get money. When you started getting the figure back, they started reminding you of when you used to eat that cheeseburger that time, we was out of town, whatever was going on. When you started getting that car, they was like, remember you used to be on the bus? You had people that were trying to curse your timeline. And I'm going to tell you why, girl, you know me. They were trying to curse your timeline because, as you remember, when you ascended, these people were in another dimension. These people were in another timeline from you. These people were in a different timeline from you. These people have a very different idea of time and relationships. They were never able to get what you were able to get. They don't understand time. You were able to quantum leap through time because you had the confidence to do so. Also, somebody went in really hard spiritually when nobody else was involved in it. You didn't care. Y'all, Spirit and your spirit team has honored you so greatly because they were so willing to give you everything that you needed in order to move forward because they honored your dedication. You were somebody that sat alone. You were willing to sit alone and cry. You were willing to sit alone and pray. You were willing to sit alone and get everything that you needed from Spirit. And Spirit has allowed you to manifest certain things as a result of that. Truth be told, at this stage of your life, you're in mentoring energy. You're in mentoring energy. The people around you that wish to curse you really supposed to be sitting at your feet and at your table learning from you, but they're not willing to accept that. They want to slow you down and bring you back to their speed. Baby, the warning cry is coming through for these people. You got some people that's messing with you in the spirit. Like I said, they're watching you. They're upset. They're very angry that you went your own way and it worked. They're very angry that you went your own way and it worked. They're very angry that they've tried to play mind games with you and none of them have worked. They're very angry that they launched put downs at you and you literally just sidestepped them put downs. I'm gonna tell you what started happening for you, Divine. What started happening for you is the minute these people would speak ill of you, you would get the blessing. They would be like, so and so broke. The next day, your job be like, you know what? We opening a new department and we want you to be over there. You know what I'm saying? We want you to be over the banking department. Literally, their words started to become the reason that you were being blessed. They upset, boo. The devil. This particular coven has a ringleader. Somebody has a ringleader to this coven. This ringleader may be a Capricorn. I'm just going to tell you the signs I'm getting. Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, or Libra. This person is very respected by the coven. Is very respected by the other little mean bitches girl that she's around. She's very respected because she's very mean and very bitter. And her meanness and her bitterness is making the coven mistake her for strong. They think of her as strong. She's revered as she will take anybody on. She will use her spiritual energy against anybody. This is somebody that really has targeted you because of your individuality. This person may be the leader of the group, but she needs the group in order to have any power spiritually. Spiritually, in this spiritual warfare, you don't need anybody. You're the most powerful alone. Somebody has not recognized the reason that you are no longer connected to many of your friends or family members is because spiritually you were too powerful for them and they started to fall away. That's the reason why you're on your own level right now. They start to fall away because you're most powerful when you're really standing on your own. That's why there's always this energy about you where people look at you and they're impressed with you. Sometimes you're like, why are they impressed with me? Like, I don't get it. They're impressed with you because it shows very much when you're standing on your own 2 feet just how tough you are. It's like you have this energy to you where everybody that comes in contact with you respects you because they kind of understand, even if they don't understand, they do understand that there's something about you where you're able to handle things they couldn't handle. Like there's this divine strength to you where even without looking on like that, they understand you're able to weather storms they couldn't handle. You're able to conduct the storm in a way that they couldn't do. You have a very good way of conducting chaos. It's like you have a very good command of dark feminine energy. Y'all know, anybody that was around, especially early on this channel, we would talk a lot about dark feminine energy. Don't forget to like the live, gift, and subscribe, guys. We would talk a lot about dark feminine energy and the void, the place where all energy is created and comes from, baby. Genesis 1 and 2. Okay. That chaos, that beginnings. In the beginnings, there was darkness. This is womb energy. This is creatrix energy. You have a great command of that. You can create things around you with ease. Folks, listen. Folks will feel like they're dominating you and they will feel like they got you tricked. And you've whole time created an environment where they're going to perpetually be uncomfortable in your presence because you never responded to the dirt that they did. Or you're the type of person that knows just the questions to ask to make somebody realize how disrespectful they are without you even having to say it. You know how to make people feel stupid by just be like, you know what, I'm going to end the phone call right on this moment. You have full command of chaos. If somebody throws chaos at you, and this is where the covens are going wrong, sis, because they're throwing chaos at you. This ringleader, this devil energy, she's throwing chaos your way because she thinks she's going to disturb you, not realizing you literally are a conductor of chaos. Like somebody throw chaos at you, you will ruin them. You're too strong for that. They're going to end up embarrassed. Somebody trying to play a humiliation ritual on you is going to get so damn humiliated. They're going to get so damn humiliated because you have such a good way of handling chaos. So this woman calls herself targeting you, being upset with you. She's trying to make you feel like you're unaccepted. Somebody, whether you realize it or not, that's a common theme in your life. Folks trying to make you feel unaccepted because you know how to rock on your own. So instead of them being like, that's so dope, she can rock on her own, I would like to be like her, they try to turn that into, you're stuck out there on your own because we don't want to rock with you. That's not true. Okay, that's not true at all. There may be things going on where it's like, At one point you may have been in a group chat and you kind of realized that there was a separate chat going on and they stopped connecting with you. Or you may have been a part of like a phone because everybody calls each other on Fridays. All of a sudden they stop calling you on Fridays or on Tuesday. There's meetings going on at work and all of a sudden you're realizing that the meeting happened and it's like, well, wait, I wasn't tagged to the email. What's going on? There are family dinners that are going on and it's like, oh, well, let me tell you what happened at the family dinner. And you're like, pardon me, what family dinner? These are things that people are doing to deliberately try to make you feel excluded because they're jealous of the fact that you can walk alone. What you have to understand a lot of times about an alpha energy is they need the pack. So you got a lot of people around that need the pack. They're very, very jealous of the fact that you don't. And you know how to maneuver the harshest of elements. And not only can you maneuver the elements, baby, you can conduct and control the elements. You know how to transmute the elements. We see the Emperor energy. And then you have this Warlock energy that's upset with you specifically because you know how to transmute the energy. Girl, why is he upset that you know how to transmute this energy? This masculine is upset that you know how to transmute energy because he was trying to attack your thought life at one point. Somebody was trying to make you think that you didn't have control of your life. That was their major weapon of choice. Because they see you by yourself, they assumed that you being by yourself was a weakness. This Warlock said, oh, she's vulnerable. I can get down on her. She's by herself. You are not vulnerable, baby. When you are by yourself, everybody needs to be concerned, sad, worried, sick. Girl, they need to go back to bed. All types of stuff needs to happen because when you are on your own, you're clear. This masculine thought he was going to be able to get control of your mind. This was his Warlock energy. Queen of Swords with the Fool. He thought that he would be able to kind of hijack your destiny and get you to be with him and be stuck on him and be a fan of his because this man thinks that he is some type of leveler of playing fields. This masculine may be a Libra. He may be an Aquarius. He may be a Gemini. He believes that every woman that comes in contact with him is going to believe that he can level the playing field. This is why, in her life, this is why he thought that it was going to be acceptable for him to start talking trash to you and start trying to manipulate you and get control of your mind in some kind of way. He felt like if I can get control of her mind, she's going to realize that she needs me to level her life off. You're out here by yourself. You must be lonely. You must be broke down. You must need a man like me to come through and level the playing field for you. Two of Pentacles energy. This man made a big mistake when it came to you of coming in thinking that you were in any way, shape, or form imbalanced. Baby, you've never been imbalanced. You wasn't even imbalanced when you was imbalanced. You have a way about yourself where people always see you and are shocked. They can't get a read on you. They can't get a bead on you. They can't get a rise out of you. And it's always a situation like they be confused like, well, what's to her? Why can't I rattle her? Why can't I upset her? They can't rattle you or upset you because you're just not built like that. It's really that simple. You were built for everything that you are. You're walking in your divine purpose. You're walking in priestess purpose. So you're not gonna fail because you're doing what is meant for you to do. These people are out of the will of God and they're doing demonic things to God's people. They're not gonna have the ascension moment. They're not gonna level up. How are they gonna do it? Who's gonna level them up, girl? There's nobody to level them up. They're in a reprobate space. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and like the live. They're in a reprobate space, baby. These people want you to feel like you're in exile. These people don't understand Lilith energy. These people think that you're supposed to be upset because you're rocking it by yourself. When I promise you, they envy you. I promise you, they see you out there in the wilderness and they like, yo, she making it look cool than a bitch to be out there. This what they mad about. People that want you to feel ostracized see that when you get ostracized, girl, amazing things happen. You start conducting chaos. You start conducting thunderstorms. You start dodging bullets. You be out here like, girl, you out here like Neo from the Matrix when you ostracize. When they ostracize you, girl, you be flattening whole fields. It is the worst thing they could have ever done to try to make you feel ostracized. The minute people turn on you, it's like for you, that's when the theme music done. Dun, dun, dun. That's when it goes down for you. The minute they start trying to act like you ostracized, oh girl, please. That's when your cape come out. That's when the smoke and the thunder be blowing in the wind. That's the minute that it all gets tight for you. Like, Y'all not gonna invite me? Oh, I'm finna hurt everybody's feelings. These people watched you become a priestess in exile. They are so upset. We see the Hierophant. The reason that you're always able to rule and govern, even in exile, again, it comes back to the original statement. Your commitment to yourself is amazing. You are not going to betray yourself or God for nobody. You're like, I know who I am. I know that I ascended. And again, I told you, you ascended alone. So you're literally standing in your glory by yourself. You're standing in the luxury of your feminine energy by yourself. You're standing in goddess energy by yourself. Nobody put you there. Nobody forced you there. Nobody can tell you don't belong there. So the ball's on you. Somebody is in full dark feminine grace, girl. Somebody has an attitude about where they at. Come on, somebody. Come on, spirit. You better come through. Somebody has an attitude about where they at. Somebody is like, I wish you would try to tell me that I don't belong in these mountaintops. I wish you would try to tell me I can't make it out here on my own. Baby, I will tear this thing up out here on my own. The trail. When it came to the trail, the spiritual trail, these people were in the belief system that they were going to be able to kind of maneuver you. They were going to be able to manipulate you. They were going to be able to catch you on a trail somewhere. That's what this masculine thought. He's like, on the trail of life, rocking by herself. Somebody, you've been doing you by yourself, winning for a long time. This person been telling themselves the whole time, like, at some point, on her being out there rocking along, I know she gonna look over to the side and be like, you know what I need in my life? Justin. And you gotta understand, this person is in warlock energy. So they were playing little tricks and little games that they expected to be the reason that you started to believe that you were. Thank you so much, Tam. So you would start to believe, they wanted you to start to believe that you were the reason. You know, they were the reason. They wanted you to start to believe that, like, oh, I do need him. I do need to call him up. They wanted you to believe that, girl. Let me get a little water, y'all. They wanted you to believe that. They really did. They can't get you to believe that you're just simply too strong. You're too strong and you are too good. Girl, you are a conduit of mess. When people try drama against you, you F them up with your reactions and the way you handle energy. Somebody, you are an amazing alchemist. Whether you know it or not, sis, I'm here today to tell you. You are an amazing alchemist. Baby, Eight of Pentacles with the Judgment card. The church bells do ring when the Judgment card comes through the building. Y'all already know. You are an amazing alchemist. You know how to change. You can change anything to anything else. People lie on you and they mess around caught up in so many lies. They get so exposed just on the way that you move. Girl, you have that fox level cunning, that feminine. You got a lot of femme fatale energy. And you don't realize that that femme fatale energy shows up and comes through when you get in spiritual warfare. I'm telling you right now. That femme fatale energy comes out when you get into spiritual warfare. They can't do nothing with you. You dangerous. And it's messing the coven up. It's messing the warlock up. Because how are you this dangerous by yourself? Where's the committee? Where's your coven? How are you a solitary boss like this? How are you doing it? How are you a solitary boss like this? And I love it, Nicole, because loving yourself is really the beginning of you being super powerful. People don't understand it. They don't understand. How are you walking alone and you this powerful? Who are you praying to? What are you eating? What's your diet like? How are you a boss like this? How can it be? How can it be? They don't get it. The scholar. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. The scholar. They don't know you, baby. They don't know you. They don't know that you're by yourself and you're reading spiritual books all day. They don't know you. They don't know that you're in self-love rituals all day. They don't know that you spent all day focused on your learning, your skill, your craft, your sports, your championship goals, your manifestation. They can't hang with you, baby. Your mind, your spirit, your heart is strong. They can't even focus as long as you can focus. You are a big goddess, baby. Big goddess energy. I am. You better say it. You're in big goddess energy all the time. They can't walk with you. They can't sit with you. You got too much connection. You got too much spirit about yourself. How are they going to walk with you? How are they going to sit with you? And these fools feel like they was going to bring you down with what army? What I said. The cunning path. You better start talking about it. You're on a forgotten path, but you're moving in a very funny way. Again, you're very deceptive to look at. Dark feminine energy, femme fatale goddess. You're very deceptive to look at. It looks like you're by yourself. It looks like you're vulnerable, but you got all this scholarly knowledge, all this wisdom, all these prophetic gifts. You can see out in front of you. You're in the future. They're in the past. You got your ancestors with you. You got your spirit team with you. You got your earth family with you. You have your knowledge with you. You have your spiritual gifts, your talismans, your cards. You got the God. You got God's phone number. You got goddess on speed dial. You got so much going on with you that their karmic physical realm eyes can't see. They can't see your power because they can't see beyond the 3D. They can't see your power because they're not dreaming. They're not having prophetic dreams. They can't see your power because they're not sitting with God every day like you are. They can't see your power because they only know demonic energy. After their little spells, after they scribble something out on their little papers, girl, that's all they have. That's all they have. They don't have nothing else. That's all they have. They don't even know their Psalms, girl. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. After they get together and gossip on you, they're out. They're out of ammunition at that point because they don't have any actual power. You have actual power. You have actual bloodline power. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You have actual bloodline power. Not only that, let me tell you what else you have. You got people praying for you. These people, let me tell you something about you being cunning in this space. Let me tell you something about that. You know what's true? They're targeting you because they think you rock by yourself. They think you don't have protection. These wicked energies think that they can bring you down with ease. They think they can bring you down with base level wickedness. They think they can tempt you with sexual energy. They think that they can gossip you, or they can play on the fact that, oh, you need more money, this and that. They feel like you're alone and you're isolated so they can prey on you. Baby, you're not alone. They're alone. Do you understand what I just said to you? You're not alone. They're alone. They're alone. It's them and their little friends. They don't have the Most High on their side. They don't have goddess energy on their side. They don't have any deities on their side. They don't have spirit team. They don't have a spirit tribe. They don't have ancestor energy. They don't have connection to their past. They don't have a prophetic eye. They don't have Daniel energy, baby. They don't have anything. They're by themselves. You're not by yourself. Everybody's with you. If God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody in your camp. Baby, your camp is thick. Your camp is thick. They're by themselves. You're not by yourself. Why would you be that? You're not by yourself. We see the Selkie energy. These people like to think you're by yourself because they know you're an emotional person. Anybody that's ever known you, like friendship wise or whatever, because these warlock and these coven, I can promise you that they're people that knew you at one time. They know your sensitivity. They know your sweetness. They know your kindness. And they want to try to make that seem like this is where they have the room to disrespect you. This is where they have the room to say, oh, I know she gonna come back to the coven or try to be back friends with us. She ain't gonna be able to make it out there alone because she's soft-hearted, she caring and loving. No, you're not soft-hearted and caring and loving. You have the heart of God, so you give love to humanity. You're not nobody sucker though. You're not nobody sucker. Stop, please. You give love to humanity. You pray for humanity. You're going to do well by the children, girl. You're going to do well by the people down there at the Goodwill Mission, girl. You're going to feed that stray puppy dog, girl, but you ain't nobody sucker. You a whole spiritual gangster out here. When it comes to the spirit realm, you are not to be played with. You coming in 50 deep. You're coming in 50 deep. But they like to think you're by yourself. They're by themselves. Girl, that ain't nobody over there was Rhonda, Tina, Felicia, about 3 Kims, what? Latoya and Tisha. That's it. That's everybody they have, girl. That's it. That's the whole camp. Girl, you got generations. You got a bloodline, girl. Somebody has a prophetic calling on them. They've got 3 Kims. That's what they have. That's where it began. That's where it ended. They think you're by yourself, girl. You could never be by yourself. You can never be by yourself. You have spiritual bodyguards. You literally have a spiritual goon squad because you're a spiritual gangster. So how is it that you're by yourself? No. And you're brilliant at alchemizing energy. How could you be by yourself? How could that happen? You're also very beautiful. So when you show up in rooms, you're literally bending the energy in the room just with your looks, just with your beauty, just with your femme fatale energy, just your confidence. This is why they're mad. People are mad with you. Somebody, I'm getting it, like you ask yourself a lot of times, like, why are they so mad with me? They're mad with you because of all your power. They're mad with you because not only do you have power by yourself. It's not fair. Why do you have all this power alone when we done ganged up in a whole little community and we're still weak? We're still whack. What is going on? They're upset, baby. Yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, baby, the Lord, he's with ye. He's with thee. He's with you. They're upset about that. They're upset that you always seem to know how to outsmart them. We see the whisper energy coming through here. You always know how to outsmart them because somebody is quite clairaudient. A lot of times you hear the plans of your enemies. You hear the evil eye energy coming towards you and you do not fear it. Thank you so much for that, Tam. You do not fear it. You hear it. You hear it. You hear it before you even see it. You can look and see like this person's planting. They're plotting. They're thinking lies about me. You looking in their eyes. You're saying it like, this person got ill will. I can hear the ugly plans they're making towards me. I can hear the ugliness in their soul. You can hear it. They're upset. They're like, why do you know what's going on? What's the situation? They're mad. Keeper of silence. Do you know how many people around you, they just do not know the source of your strength? This is what they're mad about. What is the source of your strength? I always say too, in the collective, y'all, we have to be very aware and very careful of Delilah energy. The desperation to know the strength of the divine is very real. People will go to great lengths to try to find out your strength. They want to know what makes you tick. They want to know how it is that you maintain separation from certain ills. They desperately want to know. They'll go to great lengths. They will try to cast spells. They will try to go to conjure people. They will try to light candles. They will do everything under the world that's going to fail. They will try to lie on your name, lie on your reputation. They will do all of that. They will do all of that out of desperation. They're so desperate. What's powering you? Where are you getting this force? Why can't we knock you down? We're lying on you. We're trying to manipulate you. We're trying to get you in bed. We're trying to get you to be a Canaanite, girl. I'm telling you, everything we see going on in the world now with the wicked energies, baby, it's the Canaanites. Girl, them Canaanites is trying to get on people's ass. And they're trying to get people to join up. You find out now, we're getting it revealed in the news, how many people had joined up to these ancient Canaanite civilizations. That's all it is. So when they come and they see the divine standing in their power, not joined up to these Canaanite rituals and wickedness, not disrespecting humanity, not bastardizing the existence of the most pure among us, which is children, standing tall and not fearing nobody, praying day in and day out for humanity, not falling into a general jealousy and hatred of humanity. Baby, these demons hate humanity. When we come against these covens, these warlocks in our lives, and they're coming against us, they're coming against our humanity because our humanity is sacred and it has been saved and sacrificed for by the Most High. We are blessed. We are blessed. And they're mad because they don't see you falling into the wickedness. Let me tell y'all something. You know, I be fighting not to go into lecture. Let me tell y'all something as we move forward with these energies on the boards, because they mighty in the land right now. That's why I keep reading on them. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know Using your spiritual eye, do you know what it's like to be covered in wickedness day in and day out? These people can't help but to take advantage of the people around them. They can't help but disrespect children. They can't help but disrespect women. They can't help but disrespect themselves. They can't help but to engage in wickedness. They can't stop themselves from being in sexual immorality. They can't stop themselves. They're in the hell realm. They can't stop themselves from being wicked. They have been taken over by ancient gods that don't even like humanity, that's jealous of the grace that has been placed upon humanity, that's jealous of the grace that the Christ has placed upon humanity, the Christ consciousness, God is energy, all of that, whatever you believe. We are in an exalted space. They can't take it. That's why you're starting to hear weird things into the earth again, cannibalism and this, that, and the third. They can't stand humanity because we have the grace of God upon us. So when you come in contact with these wicked spirits, they recognize your humanity. They recognize it. They know who you are. And they see you standing there thriving, a whole human being by yourself thriving, outside of their hell realm energy, outside of anything they can imagine. You're thriving. You're shining. What you talking about? Money or no money, you're shining, baby. Husband, wife or not, you're shining. Living your best life, you're shining. Just got bad news yesterday, shining today. They try to throw drama at you, you re-alchemize and turn into something else. They throw drama at you, the next day they had the worst day of their life. You know why they had the worst day of their life the next day after they throw drama on you? Because you're going to smile the next day. You're going to continue to be in peace, exaltation, and self-love no matter what they do. That's the curse that they have on them. Look at these humans out here loving themselves in spite of the fact that we living in hell, we burning all day and all night, and these humans is out here smiling and twirling and drinking beer and wine and eating corn chips. Thank you so much, Witty Reigns. They're sick about that. How dare you? How dare you live and be blessed when they out here burning in hell, when they can't stop themselves from taking advantage of their family. They can't stop themselves from sleepless nights, cloudy days. They can't stop themselves from anxiety, depression, all because they see a smile on your face. Is that the devil or what? But you keep your silence and you remain on your journey no matter what is going on. You keep your silence and you remain on your journey. You don't look for nobody to save you or help you because you don't need it. You out here thick. Your spirit team got a spirit team. Your ascension got an ascension. You don't need all that additional assistance. So you keep it to yourself. You keep moving. This is what always makes you look like such a gangster to people if you didn't know. It is that you're not explaining to nobody how well you understand wickedness. You're looking at this. Well, thank y'all so much that are gifting in the room. You don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Gift if you like, but please subscribe if you are new. These people cannot stand the fact that they don't understand you on the inside, but on the inside, what they don't get is how well you understand wickedness. They don't know that you hear from the Most High all day and all night, and you understand wickedness at a deep level. They don't understand when you crack open any holy book or book of philosophy, you're getting information that they're not going to get because they're not connected. So when you see them doing wickedness, you look right at them doing that wickedness and you be like, there goes some wickedness. So you sidestep it. You're cunning. You move around it. You reverse it. You reverse energy all the time. You reverse lies all the time. You know what you reverse the most? You know what you reverse the most, feminine? You reverse people's perception of what's possible. You got folks that's living a crappy, trifling, cruddy life because they think life has nothing else to offer them. And then they look over there at you and you living good. Oh, thank you so much for that, Slay. They look over there at you and you're living good. How is it, oh, ain't nobody got nothing? Baby, you living good. You got everything. You got smiles on your face. You blessed. Girl, God like you. Your daddy like you. Your mama like you, baby. You living in a good space. You're living in the holy blessings. You're living in the holy grail over there, okay? You living in holy codes. Girl, the matrix codes just running all up inside down your face. And they're sitting there upset because they don't understand it. It's not fair. If I'm living in hell, why isn't she? Because hell is a choice. Because hell is where they choose to be. Thank you so much, Lauren. Because hell is where they choose to be. Because hell is what makes them feel good about themselves. Because living in the hell realm allows them to be in wickedness, which they want to engage in. And they don't want to admit that you see all of that coming. They don't want to admit that you got more strength than them. That's why you're not living the wicked lifestyles that they're living. You could never be. You're able to stay on your journey with no problem. Somebody is high in Leo energy, baby. You understand what it means to be the protector of your own domain. You understand what it means to be the protector of your own destiny. Nobody's just coming and stealing your destiny from you, baby. You'll bite their hands off because you understand what it means to be the protectress. You got a lot of gifts, Divine. You got a lot of gifts. More gifts than these people could ever dream of. But the cold thing about you, why you seem so cunning and deceptive to people and you're so hard to pin down, is because you have all of these gifts and you don't tell nobody. You don't tell nobody nothing. So they're like, how is it that she, what's up with her anyway? Like, she weird to me. Like, how is she moving? They're never going to know how you're moving. In order to know how you're moving, they would first have to understand divine gifts. They would have to understand the divine collective. They don't do that. They don't know that. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know anything about that. So how would they know? If you told them, they wouldn't know. Baby, you're in your harvest season, but pause. I need you to pause. You're in your harvest season, sis. By yourself is killing them. These warlocks, they didn't spend time manipulating. They didn't spend time lying. They didn't got in that Seven of Swords energy and been strategic. Oh, I know I can take her down. She over there by herself. She good. How you in a harvest alone? Oh my God. That ringleader devil energy, she's sick. We supposed to be able to come against her and knock her down. How's she in a harvest alone? How can she possibly be? What is going on in America, in the UK, in Canada, in Africa, in India, in Japan? How is she in a harvest alone? They don't understand that. It shouldn't be possible. Harvest season by yourself? Baby, the hive queen. Honey by yourself? You're literally having a season of milk and honey by yourself? You're literally sitting there cracking crab legs open, dipping them in good sweet butter by yourself? You mean you don't need anybody to bring you crabs, milk, butter, hoe cakes? Girl, you don't need anybody to bring you hoe cakes? No, you must. Your strength and your resolve, your dedication, your ability to exist in truth at all costs. For those of y'all that just got here, I done said this before. Your ability to live in your truth no matter what. Your ability to not apologize for taking the forgotten path no matter what. Your ability to live in exile and be wild, crazy, howling at the moon, badass girl by yourself. Y'all, when that's the case, when that is the case, that is what's burning them up. That is how you become the most magical person in the room. You have control. Let me tell you something, sis. You have control of the minds of like 12 people. You didn't have to do no magic. You didn't have to cast no spells. They did magic. They casted spells. And they're watching no weapon against you prosper. Their minds are glued to you, baby. You are like must-see TV. They're watching you on social media. Another win? What? She seemed peaceful. Her posts are peaceful. Crab legs? Chardonnay? A trip? Who that man is she got right there? Divine masculine. You got control of them. Because that dirty magic that they threw at you, because they couldn't stand to see you thrive on your own. They couldn't stand to see you not give a damn about them. They couldn't stand to see you forget you even knew them suckers. Baby, they couldn't take it. They could not take it. Now you have control of them. You have full control of these people. Didn't even ask for it. You don't have to. That's how powerful you are. You don't need to ask them for no what control. Why? All you gotta do is exist, baby. You can control them. You exist in your greatness and your goodness. You get control of them. Don't forget to like the live, y'all. It don't take nothing for you to get control of these people, baby. 7 of Pentacles. You sitting in your harvest. All your plans come to pass. If they haven't already, I'm telling you they're coming. I'm telling you they're coming. All of your plans are going to come to pass, boo. All your plans come to pass. We see the sun energy. All your plans come to pass. The divine masculine energies that come towards you that act as alliances. They may or may not be your romantic interests. They may just be your spiritual alliances. Good friends of yours, baby. These masculines are hot, baby. This top tier spiritual energy. These are masculines that have a great understanding of ancient knowledge. Like they have high blood level and bloodline intelligence. Very intelligent masculines. They're able to benefit you through their spiritual intelligence. They understand and hear things just as well as you do. See, that's what they don't understand about you. The clique in the crowd that you do get in, girl, you damn near with aliens. And I mean that. You damn near be with extraterrestrials. That's how high level the spirit realm is when you get in it. Girl, you're damn near out here with extraterrestrials. It goes that hard. The people that are friends with you have celestial energy. They're a descendant of the gods because that's how you are. You have heaven realm friends. You don't hang with no peasants and sons of bitches, girl. Your friends are from the great beyond. What are we talking about? Girl, your friends, thank you so much. Your friends are from over there. The real over there, girl, that out yonder. They just want to hang on that earth realm shit where they sit around and make fun of people and talk trash. That don't mean nothing to you. Your friends are upper echelon spiritually. Your friends are high society spirituals, okay? I want to tell you something else about the friend group that you have coming towards you. You guys are going to sit in a lot of wealth because you live in a different dimension than these failed losers that are trying to be hating on you and blowing spells your way now. You guys live in a different dimension. Thank you so much, Brown. You guys live in a very different dimension from them. The dimension that you live in has money on it. I think people often do not understand that money is very dimensional. There are dimensions, there are frequencies, thought frequencies that just have no money there. And you raise your consciousness, you start to find that it becomes easier to get money. You attract money. Money is looking for you. You don't have, ultimately, money looks for you. You don't have to go looking for money. It has to do with raising your consciousness. A lot of times, the lower your frequency, the smaller your pockets. Okay, the smaller your pockets. Okay, low vibe, no funds. You better believe it. These people are broke. As you ascend up, you're going to start to see more money, and you're going to start to see friends that have a lot more to offer in terms of spiritual warfare. You're going to start to see, these people walking towards you that were walking towards you, whether 8 of Cups, that were thinking they were going to be a spiritual problem for you, girl. These people are going to walk into spiritual warfare themselves, okay? It's going to be so hard for them to watch you live the sweet life. This is the point in the story where they meet the crossroads. This is the point in the story where these people start to run into serious spiritual problems because they were sitting around playing games on your name. They sure was. This is the point where they run into issues. Baby, the web of life. These people start to get tangled up in the web of life, and we see the dance. We see the ember. We see the sovereignty. That sovereignty that you have, that ability you got to just walk and rock by yourself. And even when you are with other people, girl, you're still by yourself. The friendship group that you have coming towards you, this high upper echelon group, these aliens, these extraterrestrials, these celestial beings that you are moving towards. Let me tell you something right now really quickly, boo. You still are rocking by yourself because each one of y'all rock alone. You're running with gods. Gods are never a crowd, even when they hang together. A group of guys sitting at the same table are still all individual gods, okay? Nobody is, we're not a group now. We're not a clique. We're not In Vogue. We're not Destiny's Child. We're not the Jackson 5, baby. We're a group of guys sitting at the same table eating porridge, okay? You are moving into that type of realm. You're moving into that type of space where you're going to consistently be coming in contact with the upper echelon spiritual celestial energies because of your sovereignty. Okay, because you always was able to stand powerful in who you are, whether it was the popular thing to do or not, whether folks was throwing spell work or not, you don't give a damn. They couldn't touch you. They didn't touch you. No weapon formed against you did prosper, will prosper, can prosper. Okay, we see it. These people are caught up in that web of life situation that they created. These folks are going to drown in the mess that they created for themselves, and they find themselves at a crossroads. What does this Crossroads bring to them? Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Knight, 3 and 3. Girl, these people, some of these people are going to find themselves falling prey to promiscuity. They're going to end up like getting into promiscuity on a very bad, rotten level. I'm talking black hearts, coming in contact with sexual energy that the person on the other end of it has a black heart. They're going to start to fall deeper into the abyss. That black heart energy is going to be the reason that some of these people land themselves into some like sexually cursed scenarios. I'm seeing and hearing some things like people start to get into 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, and different things that ultimately cause them to start to lose things. They may start to lose parts of their body, like people that they get diseases and have to lose their uterus, or they have to get vasectomies forced because something is going on. It's going to get very serious out here in these gutter snipe streets, okay, for these karmics. They're going to start to see themselves losing their ability to reproduce. So much of this has to do with them coming after the divine collective instead of dealing with themselves. They're going to start to come after the collective. Knight of Swords energy, they're going to start to deal with a lot of rage. But the thing about that rage, girl, is that it ain't coming towards you, boo, because you're already in the future. 3 of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands. So there's no way in hell they're going to be able to bring that energy towards you. You are somebody that already chose up. You already put yourself on the right side of spiritual history. You already put yourself on the right side of the divine when you made the decision to rock with who you was rocking with, which was the upper echelon, baby. You never put yourself in position to be a part of any ancient demonic wickedness. Okay, though ancient demonic wickedness is doing its big one all over the earth, I bet you wasn't never a part of it. You didn't never join up. You didn't never get in the gang. You didn't never get in the floor and sign off on nothing. You never signed your life away. You was cool being by yourself, just being in the Most High's energy. That was enough for you. Thank you so much, Brown. That was more than enough for you. You say, prove a point to who? I am the point. Somebody had a confidence that literally your confidence and you can't be affected like that. You're not razzle dazzled by the wicked, girl. I'm sorry to tell them. The wicked don't razzle dazzle you. You're not about to run out and change your life for the wicked. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're not impressed. You weren't impressed, girl. This man, girl, this warlock came in there with all that lying and carrying on, girl. That didn't impress you. Girl, they've been lying. You was like, they've been lying since. Girl, that didn't impress you. Girl, being a part of a clique of some little scandalous bitches. Girl, that didn't impress you. You've been seeing scandalous bitches, girl, since before the fat boys broke up. What you talking about? You supposed to be all impressed now. Wanting to be part of these wicked cliques and groups. Girl, being part of, let me tell you something. Just like these things we see in the news, y'all, nothing is separate from the other. These things we see in the news, when we're seeing a wicked cabal that's going on up top, guess what all these other little people that are in our lives that are also wicked are members of? The goddamn cabal, okay? There's no difference. Wickedness is wickedness. If there's a movement of wickedness in the land, there's a movement of wickedness in the land. It's not just reserved for the people that make records. It's not just reserved for the people that's sitting in political seats. Wickedness is wickedness. And it comes for the righteous. We are the righteous. So we have to be prepared for the spiritual warfare because, as I said earlier, for those of y'all that was not here, a lot of these wicked energies are losing the protections of the mother. A lot of these people have mothers that have given up on them, whether they are spiritual mothers, mothers that are beyond the veil, or mothers that are physically sitting right here. A lot of these people had mothers that were still praying for them, grandmothers, aunties that were still praying for them, still believing that they could be redeemed. A lot of these people's mothers, these karmic, feminine, and masculine girl, their mamas have given up. Their mama said to hell with them. And they're out here angry and desperate, but they're getting their karma because nobody's praying for them. Nobody's trying to save them at this time. That's why you're starting to see a lot of these spiritual cabals break up right here in public. They're getting exposed right here in public. And don't think that the dude you dating that's playing them wicked games, the woman you're dating that's playing them wicked games, the boss that's playing the wicked games, don't believe they're not a part of the collective. These corporations are entities, baby, and they have energy just like anything else. And these cabals are very real. So we have to be very real with ourselves during this time. It's not a game. The Lover's card, the Knight of Pentacles, and the World. Y'all, these people's goal, these warlocks and these covens, the goal was that they could get into a divine partnership with you, right? A false divine partnership. You heard me, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Jeanette. A false divine partnership. I said false divine partnership. That's what they want to do. They want to get in a false divine partnership with you, aka they want to pretend to be divine. You know how they can pretend to be divine? By hiding under your wings, because ain't nothing divine about them. And that's what I want y'all to be aware of, y'all. Let this be a warning for you. A lot of these abandoned karmic energies, where they don't have Nemo, grandma, auntie, big sister praying for them no more, they're going to start to come to the divine to hide, y'all. Let me tell you, it's a lot of it going on, and I'll give y'all a very common way that it happens. A lot of the most common ways that this happens, it happens in divorce. Somebody that's no good gets divorced, and they try to come back to a divine energy that they know wanted them before they got jilted, right? Somebody that a divine energy may have cared for decides to go ahead. I'm telling y'all, this is game right here. Somebody that a divine feminine may have wanted to marry, a divine masculine may have wanted to marry. They chose the karmic because they could live in wickedness with the karmic. They could be a part of sexual rituals, lies, potentially drug use, different things like that with the karmic. That doesn't work out because they was too wicked. Even the karmic went away. So what they try to do is, when that contract ends, they try to come pick up a contract with you, with the divine, because they don't have any coverage anymore. Maybe their mother is gone. Maybe she just don't give a damn no more. There's no one praying for them. Even as they was living a karmic life, nobody is praying for them. So what do? They try to come pick up that divine energy that was on the back end. Somebody needs to be their covering. Somebody needs to be responsible for them. Somebody needs to keep them from falling into their karma. Somebody needs to save them from karmic justice, because they know the clock is ticking. They know they done a lot of evil and a lot of wrong to a lot of good people. So then they try to come and they say, let me double back. Let me spin the block. That's why it's so important for divine energies more than anybody else. Don't let nobody spin the block on you, because a lot of times they're running from their karma. They did all that dirt out there on the front street, and then they try to spin around to the back of the street, come to the back porch, and hope that you're going to be the thing that attracts beautiful things to them. Y'all have seen it. Thank you so much, Brown. Y'all have seen it. Somebody that you know is very wicked, but they married the right person that second time. Now they living on easy street. Everybody know they don't deserve it. They don't deserve that. They don't even deserve that. They know they don't deserve it. So you got to be prayed up, because they try to run and they try to hide. They try to find the next covering. They try to find the next covering. It happens all the time. They're running. Who can I find? Who's going to take care of me this time? Okay. This is a masculine energy. These covens, this warlock and also this coven energy, they were hoping to kind of get some of the favor that's going to be around your life no matter what, right? They felt like they could soak some of that favor up, especially since you over there by yourself winning. Somebody had to come grab some of that favor off you. Somebody need to change your trajectory. Okay. King of Pentacles energy. It is also very understood. A lot of people associate you with good things, with abundance. So it's like they feel like they know something good is going to come to you. People often try to get in your life because they want to become a part of the picture before the picture is complete, if you understand what I'm saying. They want to become a part of the picture before the picture is complete. Ooh, it looked like they might actually finish building that barbershop. Let me call her back. What? She actually got the bids? Hey, friend. They want to come back. They want to come back. It looked like it might happen. What you mean? She worked for the WNBA now. Hey. We sure had some good times, didn't we? Yeah, here they come. Here they come. Four of Pentacles. Here they come. They want to hold on. These people want to hold on to your energy, but I'm promising you right now that holding on to your energy for any of these warlocks, for any of these bastards, these Canaanites and these liars, holding on to your energy, sis, is going to curse them further. is going to curse them further. Because they're only going to watch you not be affected by it. And since they can't hit your energy, since no weapon formed against you will prosper, that means all of this energy is going to reverse. You're going to start seeing spectacular dives into hell. I'm promising you, you will. Let me tell y'all something else about hell, depending on what books y'all read. For some of these people, hell is going to be ice. They're going to turn cold. They're going to turn dark and cold to the point that they can't even sustain themselves. And you know why? Because they watch the divine keep moving. And they start to burn and burn. That's why you don't want to sit and function in bitterness and jealousy and envy and da-da-da-da. They're going to start to burn and burn and burn and burn and burn until they just freezing there. Once you freeze, you're numb, you're hollow. And you know what frostbite does? It hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, it hurts terribly. If you ever been in the Midwest in winter, you know a brush with frostbite is one of the most painful things you can experience in your life. They're going to start to burn. Yeah, hot. They're going to start to burn and burn and burn. Their hearts. You see people get older. Everybody's the same age. But once you start to cross a certain age, you start to look around and you start to see that who people are starts to be how they look. When you're young, everybody looks good because everybody's young. You know, you're young, you're fresh, you're energetic, you look great. But after that, your heart starts to be how you look. The way you live starts to be how, the way you think starts to be how you look. You look like your thought life. You look like your prayer life. You look like your belief in God, okay? You look like your belief in a positive future. And things start to change. You start to see people for who they really are on their inside parts, okay? You start to see how people really feel. We can see generations. We got generations that look bad. We got generations that look younger than they supposed to. We got generations that are still here long after their parents' generation was here. Generations often have planets assigned to them. I believe generation Neptune was assigned to. Look that up sometime astrologically. What does your generation represent? All of those things play a difference. All of those things play a difference. Them winds between them buildings, they kill you dead. The winds between the buildings will murder your soul, okay? Right on sight. They'll run you back in one of the buildings. The High Priestess, okay? We see the High Priestess energy. Again, the level of power you have, one of the reasons you're so powerful and you're so deadly for these types of energies, curses get reversed so quickly, retribution comes on your behalf so quickly, I promise you it's because of your silence. In terms of who you are, you don't go around telling people who you are. You just don't do it. You just do not do it. You don't tell people your business. You don't tell people who you are for real. You don't tell them your prayer life. You don't tell them the divine messages that you receive. You don't even tell them who you know. For what? Why do they need to know that? There's a silence to you that resonates with stoicism, where people just can't quite figure you out. You're like stone to these people. See, only those celestial beings that are on your frequency, they know you. They know your heart. They know your soul. They know your mind. Those people that are from the same realm you're from, they're from the same time period you're from. They know you. They know the beauty that you are. They know the blessings that come from even being in your presence. They know. Okay, they know. Don't nobody else know. These people out here, girl, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing. They don't know anything about anything. You know a lot of things about a lot of people. We see the moon card energy. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You know a lot of things about a lot of people and you don't say nothing. What they don't know is you know their tea. You're not telling them yours. You keep to yourself, but you ain't telling them you know theirs. You're not telling them you looking at them. You say, hey, I know the real reason you mad at me is because I look like that lady that your husband left you for. Mm-hmm. You're not telling them, I know the real reason you mad at me is because every night you go to bed, You having nightmares and bad dreams about the childhood situation that you had because you didn't go to the Most High and get healing like me. So you're stuck in trauma that I escaped. That's what you're mad about. You're not telling these people that I know you got weird thoughts about people and things you ain't supposed to have weird thoughts about. And you hate yourself. And you can look through them and you see that. You're not telling them, you know, the truth about your closeted lifestyle is showing, but you think it's not. You fooling them, but you're not fooling me. You're not telling them, you looking at them saying, you know what? The real problem with you is that your daddy was out here screwing that lady and you still mad about that and you still blaming your mama, so you don't talk to her, and now you're going to look at me and you're going to get mad at me. When I ain't got nothing to do with none of it. They're not telling you, but you look at them and you know you mad at me because my grandmama fooled with me and your grandmama didn't fool with you. You're not saying any of that because you got that divine insight. So you read in the room. Some of y'all, that's the way you able to control the room. You read the room and you say, oh, ain't nothing here for me. This ain't nothing but a bunch of broke children. They broken in spirit. They broken inside. They mad at God. They scared of God. They mad at me. They scared of me. Karmic, collective. Hatred towards the divine is really just about what you can see and who loves you. I promise you that's 90% of it the majority of the time. What you can perceive, what you pick up on, what your gifts are, and who loves you. It could be one person, girl. It could be your cat. That's going to be enough for them to be upset. You didn't have to do nothing to them, girl. You didn't have to do nothing for them. But if you could see through them, if you could look through them and see through them, that's enough right there. You looked through them and saw what was tea. Like, oh, you're just really bitter because that friend group walked off from you 10 years ago and you got a terrible personality and haven't been able to make no more friends. These are the things that they will hold against the divine collective, because when you walk through life in a divine collective, you just don't really have a lot of, you don't have the same weight on your back that some other people have on their back. That's just the truth of the matter. You don't have that weight on you. Don't forget to like the live if you're new, girl. Don't forget to like the live and subscribe, girl, if you're new, girl. Gift if you may, okay? These are the things they're upset about. They're upset when they can't get keys to the kingdom of heaven. They're just mad. They can't get keys to the heaven consciousness. Thank you so much, Tam. They can't get keys to the heaven consciousness. They're mad. That's something they need to go to the throne and pray. But you know, they don't want to do that. King of Cups. Six of Pentacles with the King of Wands. You attract a lot of softer, divine masculine energies towards you in the future. These are people that want to give to you desperately. They want to give to you because they see the fire in you. You're going to start to attract masculine energies, feminine, that are literally worshipers of you. Divine masculines that adore a goddess. They adore a dark feminine goddess. They love that fire. They love that bite. They're going to literally bow to you like you are amazing. They're going to be mad about that. Don't even let me lie to you. They're going to be mad about that. They're going to be stuck. They're going to be standing there watching, tuning in to your social media like it's Channel 7, girl. Watching, looking. Okay, we see the Ten of Wands and we see the Ace of Cups. Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups. Unfortunately, many of these people are very burdened. They're burdened by the ease in which the divine is able to exist. They're burdened by the overflow of love that you carry within you, Ace of Cups energy. They're burdened by the fact that you find feminine energy so easy to harness. You're able to be feminine with such ease, with such grace. You're able to own your femininity in a way that makes you comfortable. A lot of times you have people that don't know how to do that. So they're mad, they're upset. It's the truth of what it is. But nothing is going to be able to change your trajectory. There's nothing they can do. God said it is, so it's so. Sisterhood of reciprocity. You're going to start to attract feminine energies that are like you. They are loving. They are celestial beings. They are of the stars. They are from the stars. They are light beings. They are light workers. They come through also in dark feminine alien energy. Okay? They're celestial beings. The story keeper. You're somebody that people are always going to be able to kind of know you by your story. We're talking about the celestial beings, those people at your frequency that you can speak to. They're going to know you by your story. They're going to know you by what you're able to bring to the table in terms of what you say. Thief of peace. One of the things people want to be able to take from you so badly is your peace. Sorry, not people. Those karmics, those Canaanites, those wicked ones. They despise us for our peace, but we know that the reason they despise that peace is because peace is proof of connection to the divine. Peace, because there's never rest on earth. Like, earth is always doing the most. Earth is always filled with criminals, liars, dogs, perverts, you name it, right? The reason that we have peace is because of our connection to the Most High, because you have peace in the midst of the gutter. You have peace in the midst of hell, okay? Earth is hellified. Peace is proof of your connection to the Most High. Peace is proof of your connection to something greater. Peace is proof of your light. They ain't got none of that. They mad. They mad. Earth is very ghetto. They're mad. She of the invisible ally. What did I just say? Invisible ally. What did I just say? Ally or ally. Girl, you got gangways. You got places you can escape off to. You got allies. Like I said, you ain't never by yourself. They're by themselves. They mistook your strength and your ability to stand strong, walk alone, and be the most magical priestess energy in the room, and be the femme fatale in the room. You by yourself is dangerous to a whole coven, to a whole group of warlocks. It's dangerous, and they know it. You by yourself. You don't need anybody else. You don't need anybody else to be dangerous. You don't need anybody else to be that spiritual gangster. You by yourself is a problem because you got allies in the above. You got allies in the Most High. You got allies in different dimensions. You got allies in your spirit team. You got allies on your ancestral bloodline. You don't need anybody else to be powerful, to be problematic for weak punks that send wickedness. You don't need it. The devouring mother. Come on now. Somebody got dark goddess energy on their side. Let me tell you something. When you got dark goddess energy on your side, when you got a little Lilith on your side, a little Kali, a little Morrigan girl, a little Oya, shit gets destroyed when people fool with you. Think I'm playing. Folks have incredibly bad luck after they fool with you. I'm telling you the truth. Things get destroyed. Play with you if they want to and watch something get destroyed. Straight like that. Because that's what dark goddess energy gonna do. Gonna tear something down, gonna destroy something. Keep playing. You'll never work in this town again. Okay? Keep playing them games. Your sip of soda will never go down right again. You'll be sucking pop through straws and choking for the rest of your life. Playing these kinds of games. Playing these kinds of games. Cali, baby. Don't get ate up and devoured and beheaded out here playing these silly games. Playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. Because you wanted to hurt somebody's feelings. The companion. Somebody has companion energy, baby. The invisible ally, the devouring mother, the companion. Somebody got a companion energy and dark goddess energy. They don't want it with you. They don't. There will be all types of problems. They will create things that'll be gone before they get started because you have that type of energy around you. Somebody has strong dark feminine energy around them. You are not to be played with. I'm literally hearing like pum-pums go off. You are not to be played with. And it's really just because of who you are. It's because you embrace yourself so much. You embrace yourself so much. You have love of self. You have love of yourself. People can't just come and play you. People can't just come and get you to join up into stupid little friend groups. People can't come and get you to be ashamed of rocking by yourself. It's not possible. It's not possible. They can't do it. Like, you're the type of person that's like, okay, I'm by myself, and what? Then what's going to happen? I slap every last one of y'all by myself, spiritually. Pow, 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 boom. Okay? I take all of y'all on right here. People aren't able to get you spooked. And it bothers them. Spider woman energy. Disciple of ritual. What did I just say? And the harpy of rage. What did I just tell you? It's going down. You have a lot of wisdom. I'm telling you, you see things before they come in. You have so much discipline. Like somebody, you don't even realize your life is very ritualistic. That's why you thriving. You getting up every day, getting on business. You're hustling every day. You're making time for the soft life every day. You're doing for the kids every day. You going to sleep. You getting up. You hustling. You doing for the kids. You getting it done. You do, and you just keep getting better and better by yourself. You just keep getting better and better and better, becoming more and more untouchable by yourself. Better and better and better. It's starting to be a lot of motion around you in the spirit realm. You don't even realize it. You're literally stirring up a whole cyclone around yourself. You're going to take off, and that wealth is going to come through. Those celestial friendships, high society celestial friendships are going to come through, and you're going to fall into money. It's the only way for it to go because you're stirring up so much around yourself. You're stirring up so much around yourself. There's no other way for the situation to go. It's like you're just gradually covering yourself in fairy dust. We see the veil, y'all. The veil for somebody right now, the veil is very thin. And it's making you a riddle, baby. We see the riddle. It's made you a riddle to your enemies. The veil is thin for you. And for that reason, because you're so closely in tune, and you need to really be paying attention in your life right now because you're extremely closely in tune. You may be more in tune than you're going to ever be in your life. This is part of the beginning of you being that in tune with spirit realm. Like you're in there. You are so in there. Okay, you are in there. And it's making you a riddle to your enemies. They can't touch you. They can't touch you where? With what? What would hurt you? What do you like? What do you do? Where do you go? What are you into? What are you all about? Why you don't want to hang with us? Why I can't manipulate you into a stupid relationship? Why I can't manipulate you out of sex? What are you on? What are you reading? What are you talking about? You're a riddle to these people. When you start winning, your win looks weird to them. How's she going to just be winning like that? Okay, and your response is going to be like, how you going to win when you ain't right within? Okay, that's where you're at. How am I winning over here by myself? How you thought you was going to win when you ain't even righteous? They want to know what's going on. What's happening? What's going on? What? You're going to be a riddle to them. They can't figure it out. You also very much embrace your shadow self. So if they wanted to get it on with you, they really could. But you're not going to take it there. These people understand that about you as well. You don't seem like these people, especially the masculine energy, the warlock energy that was running this magic and trying to run game and talk trash. He really did think you was kind of soft. Like he really believed that. He thought you was like, oh, I ain't gonna have no problems out of her. You are not that. You are not that. Thank you so much, Brown. You are not that. You are so not that. Girl, these people will mess around and get their whole heads tore off playing with you. But for a minute there, they didn't know. They didn't know, okay? The healing lick. Baby, you will get up out here and still get your lick back. Just to get your healing, girl. My sister still get her lick back. Just to get her healing, just to get it off. You will still get your lick back. They don't know that literally this card say the healing lick. Literally, they don't know. Like, you're not to be played with. You'll mess around and just do them in just because you can. Like, I will embarrass you just because I can embarrass you. You always have a well of knowledge to pull from. Like, you're so aware. Somebody's very aware of their spiritual laws. Somebody is very aware of their psalms. They're very aware of their own gifts. You're very aware. You'll never, like, nothing like this little mess these fools are doing. None of this is like threatening your spiritual depth or your creativity or your connection to spirit. You're so full. You're so full of spiritual energy. You're so full of understanding for light work. You're so full. Like nobody they can't like create a problem for you. Okay. In that respect. Also, you're also good at detecting scent. That's another reason a lot of your enemies can't get close to you, because it's like, you kind of smell it coming. You see it coming. You have a great spiritual sixth sense. You know when somebody is on BS. Like the first lie, the first way they play you, you pick up that tea. Like, okay, so this person is jealous of me, or this person they have a dark heart. This person is perverse. This person is not really giving me the full story. They're trying to hide something from me. You pick up on things like that really, really well. And you have a really good way about yourself when it comes to kind of sniffing it out of people at the very beginning, spiritually speaking, and knowing like, it's time for me to move out of the way. This person's no good. This person ain't offering nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. Let me go. You're very blessed when it comes to that. You're very aware. You have an awareness that is divine, no doubt. The Empress of Pleasure, girl, you're moving into a whole new season. You're going to start to find yourself being very attractive, okay? You're going to start to attract a lot of attention. Siren energy. You're going to understand also, you're going to be very unstoppable in love in this next season because you know how to alchemize pain. Remember I told you at the beginning of this, for those of y'all that was here, you are a brilliant alchemist. Like, you're an alchemist at a level folks know nothing of. You're a hell of an alchemist. Okay, so you know how to alchemize pain. So that makes you, in your next season of love and your next season of getting out of here, some of you are very curious about love. Like, you're curious about people. You like to go out and be free, have a good time because you know you're protected. Not only are you protected, you're kind of immune to heartbreak at this point because you understand how to alchemize it. You know, somebody breaks your heart, you mess around and create a new business. Like, somebody break your heart, you might paint a mural. Like, you're in that type of time. Somebody break your heart, you're only going to spend more time in spirit and get that much stronger. So you become somebody that, because of your awakening, because you ascended, like I said, you ascended kind of separate from a rapture time period. You ascended on your own. You became more enlightened on your own through your own spiritual practices, time spent with spirit. You moved up and you have this knowledge and this clarity about yourself now. When you get back out there into the love arena, you're going to be Teflon. You know who you are. You're not going to allow yourself to succumb to nobody's BS. Warlocks, no weapon formed against you. Covens, no weapon formed against you. You're not going to allow yourself to kind of slip and fall off into certain types of energies and entities. 9 of Swords energy. Page of Swords energy. Queen of Cups energy. And the Empress. One thing for certain, a million things for sure. You're somebody that these people experience, again, these covens, they're going to start, I'm telling you right now where the slanders are going to come from, so prepare yourself. They're going to start saying that you're doing something to them. This happens a lot of times with divine energies, because when you're divine energy and you're really strong and you know how to kind of alchemize pain and not allow people to really get to you, they'll start trying to say you're the one who's casting spells. You're the one who's throwing at them. You're the one that's trying to break them down. The truth is, you look happy, you look like you're in a good space, and these people feel a way about that. You look like you're happy, you look like you're doing you. They feel a way about that. But instead of them admitting that they feel like trash in your presence, because that's exactly what they are, they're going to start trying to kind of smear you and say, oh, you know, I think she's just putting that on her page because of me. She just got married to upset me. Okay, y'all might laugh, but I know somebody that actually was doing that. Was thinking that their ex, who they were abusive towards, got married to spite them. And it's like, you treated that person terribly. They got married because you're a piece of shit, and they moved on with their life. But they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Okay? This is somebody that these energies, they want to believe. They're going to start trying to say, well, you're flossing. You're doing good because of me. I'm the one that, you know, it just gets quite pathetic. Page of Swords energy with the Queen of Cups. You know, you have your spiritual guards when it comes to these people. You have your spiritual guards when it comes to this warlock, but gods as well, okay? You have that protection. For many of these people, you know, run them back to their spiritual mother. You're literally going to run them back to their spiritual mother. They're going to be running back to their spiritual mother with sorrow, with agony, when they see how well you're doing, which is quite pathetic. But that's where we're at. They're going to run back. Thank you so much, Brown. They're going to run back to their maternal energies, girl, crying. Oh my God. People do this, y'all. People do this. They get hurt. They get destroyed when they see the divine moving on, especially moving on the way you're moving on, because you're moving on kind of like you don't really care about these people. They're going to start to try to find maternal energies, especially warlock energies. Like when one woman hurts them, when a divine feminine hurts them, they run to karmic energies and try to create mother relationships with them. That's why you see a lot of divine masculines that are married to mothers. Same thing with the karmic feminine. They will try to go find a fatherly energy, somebody older, somebody they can abuse and suck their money from, getting some little fake false sugar baby dynamic, because they have been broken by the divine masculine. Divine masculine don't want they stupid behind. They're going to go and try to find a karmic to be in parental energy with them. To be in parental energy with them, to save them. Okay? 10 of Cups. This is a situation where these people are going to kind of find themselves being family. And I saw this from the beginning of the reading, but I was like, I'm not going to just say that because I intuned it. I wanted to make sure I pulled it in the cards first. These people are going to start to find themselves kind of being a bit of a family. Like you may find that the feminine energy that you stopped talking to is now the coven members are friends with the warlock now. And it makes sense because they're actually family in the spirit. They're part of the same wicked energy. They're all falling under the wickedness of the current day, right? So it makes sense that ultimately they may become friends. Don't be surprised if you start to find out these people are friends, because they share in common, Three of Swords. They share in common the heartbreak they experience from watching you win. They share that in common. Truth be told, they have that in common. That the pain that they experience watching you just not give a damn. This is how powerful you are. Sometimes we don't understand, but when we have a great deal of spiritual power, we start to have like leagues of people that are upset with you about nothing. They're upset with you because you won't talk to them. How you upset with me? Because I'm not talking to you. And I hear this from the divine all the time. Like, y'all got to think, I've been a reader now for almost 9 years. I've heard a lot of patterns. And these are patterns. Divine stop talking to people. They're mad. They're mad that you're not talking to them. Half the time they told you they don't want to talk to you no more. You're like, okay, cool. Oh, they mad. What you mean? Okay, cool. You ought to be shaming yourself. They do that. These people all share in common this broken heart energy. This is how you may start to find that you got a whole group of people that don't like you, or like all the people from the job. That's because they all share the broken hearted energy of their inability to steal your magic or get you to reverse places with them. Because a lot of times with wicked energies, they want you to start acting like them. That's the satisfaction that the devil gets. If this person is ignorant and they're cursing and they're manipulating and they're lying and they're cruel and they're plotting games and casting spells, the satisfaction that the demonic realm will get is that they can get you to start being wicked and lying and casting spells. They want you to get like them because they know that that type of energy and those type of plans take you nowhere. They know that that type of energy and those type of plans corrupt souls. They know that that's a gateway. I was just talking today to my mama, like about gateway type situations. You have to understand in divines, a lot of times we do because we have spiritual gifts, gateway situations. Okay, a gateway situation is arguing with a karmic and getting on the karmic's frequency, because once you're on their frequency, you let the devil in. That's how you see murderous spirits come into play. That's how you see long-standing family fights, relationships break apart. Somebody got on a lower frequency and they allowed the devil in. That's what he wants. Don't let him in. Don't give him no gateway in. They love that. These demons would love that if you start arguing with somebody at their level, and it can turn into a pum situation, or it could turn into physical assault altercation. It could turn into you got fired because you was standing on the phone hollering at some punk that called your job unannounced. This is what these entities want. They want to cause you to lose your footing. They want to cause you to end up being on the same side of hell that they're on. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what the demonic wants. It wants to cause you to fall into those pitfalls. That's what it wants. It wants you to see you in the same trouble. That's the game. So don't fall into that. And when they see that nobody has been able to get you to fall into that, that's when the wicked literally experiences heartbreak, heartache. This is how two of your enemies become good friends. 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them, 8 of them, 10 of them. And they all start talking about, oh, he's just a terrible person. She's a terrible person. That's because everybody's heart is broken that they weren't able to bring you to the dark side. They weren't able to get you to join the cabal. That's what they're mad about. You're still out here being a holy so-and-so. You're still being a light worker. You're still a star seed. You're still a goddess. We failed. Heartbreak energy. 4 of Wands. 7 of Swords. 6 of Cups. Somebody in this collective, Warlock energy, this person was hoping to marry you and kind of keep you stuck in the past that way. They might have thought you wanted them more than you did, or maybe they thought you just wanted some type of relationship. Somebody thought they were going to be able to use 4 of Wands. They were going to be able to use a ring. They were going to be able to use a promise, a commitment, a marriage, a lease, something that was going to tether you to who you used to be. You haven't been who you used to be in a long time. You ascended it quite some time ago. They don't realize that they don't get it because they're stuck in the past. Somebody is stuck in the past and they think that you are going crazy. Woo, where did that come from? Girl, somebody think you crazy. Somebody think you crazy. They think you have lost your marbles. However you are now, they're not saying that you ascended. They're saying that you've lost your shit. And they were thinking it would be easy. Somebody was thinking that they could use magic on you and manipulation and different things on you because they thought that you were loosely, you weren't wrapped as tight as you used to be. You've changed. You're different. You're in different circles. You have this sovereignty. You rocking out here by yourself. You must have then lost your mind. Let me use some of this, Mac Daddy Mac, whatever they thought they had going on. Let me use some of that. Let me use some of that. What's up, gang? You know what I'm saying? Let me use some of that to rope this person into a false reality. Somebody thought that you would go for that because they misunderstood you because, again, they can't see spiritual things. They're not able to see at the frequency that you live. And instead of them recognizing that maybe there are more frequencies and this person is doing something different now, they've literally been like, well, they probably done went crazy. So it'd be easy for me to use them to get them back to where they used to be. Whoever this person is, y'all, somebody might keep trying to remind you of who you were. Like they're thinking, they don't think you changed. They think you forgot who you were. You see what I'm saying? You used to, I don't do that no more. Man, you always in the house praying now. You used to. Man, used to always be, at the clubs. Right. They don't respect your ascension. They think you have forgotten how you were. You need to get reintroduced to yourself. Happens so much with ascension. Some loser, some idiot, somebody that got left back on level 1 starts talking about, you must have then forgot how we used to do it. It's so typical. You outgrow the lane and then they start telling you, you done went crazy. Don't you know what lane you're supposed to be in? It's just such a typical thing that happens, y'all. 6 of Wands. This person was planning to get some kind of victory out of pulling you backwards, but your prayer life was too strong. Your connection to the Most High was too strong. They weren't able to pull you in any direction at all because 10 of Pentacles, your legacy is going to be what you say it is. This person can't decide your legacy for you. They thought they could. They can't. This person can't decide your legacy for you. They have no power to do so. Y'all, if this is your first time here, do not forget to subscribe, okay? Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like the live. Do not forget to gift if you may. But please do subscribe, girl. We are here all the time. We're here Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Girl, don't make me get 5 heartbeats on y'all. But yes, please do subscribe. We would love to have you over here on the T-Team. Hey now. There is always long-term energy that the divine is going to be able to write out for themselves. You don't have to be somebody that's waiting for somebody else to write your future. You didn't have to wait for a relationship. 2 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. One of the things that really made you unbeatable for a Warlock energy, let me tell you this, girl, is because you always know that the Most High has the best thing out there for you. You never looked at yourself and said, this is it. I better jump up and marry this warlock energy. Thank you, Brown. I better jump up and marry this warlock energy because ain't nothing coming. You never felt like that. You never felt like that. You was never like, well, this is it. No, you're always like, well, I know the Most High got my man out there for me. If it's a divine masculine, you're like, I know the Most High. Like, I know I'm going to find my wife. So I'm not worried about it. I don't care about it. I'm not thinking about it. And so this person can't beat you because they can't, again, your spirit team and your connection to the Most High is too thick. So they can't make you think that you're by yourself. They can't make you think you need them. These friend groups can't make you think you need them. They can't make you think you need them. No way. No freaking way. They can't make you think you need them for anything. You don't need them for anything because you know what you have. You've always been, we got to go back to the very beginning, y'all, the forgotten girl. Girl, you've always had that energy. Hold on now. You've always had that energy, girl, the forgotten path. You've always been on that path. You've always been on your own path, that solo path, that different path, that unique path. You've always been that girl. How they gonna make you think you need somebody? You didn't need nobody when the story started, girl. You was never on that. You was always just like, I'm doing me, and I'm gonna do me to death. You was always like that. So he never had any leverage over you, this warlock energy. He wanted to get leverage over you. You need me. You need what we got going on. You need this. You need that. Da 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 da. You don't need nobody, girl. He was never able to sell you on that. You need me. What? You're too strong. Strong. Baby. Somebody's spirit is strong as all outdoors. You're not the type of person that can get roped into a false reality. Yet this person kept trying to bring you into a false reality. This warlock energy is mourning your absence to death right now. Mourning your absence to death. They are sick that you're gone. Because again, thank you so much, Brown. Again, they did not know that they didn't really know you that well. I appreciate that, Brown. Thank you so much for the gifts just all evening. Thank you so much. These people did not know that they didn't know you that well. They thought they knew you. They don't know you. They don't know God, so they can't know you. It don't work like that. They don't know God, so they can't know you. I mean, it's simple. It's simple. It blows me away when they think they can know the divine. How are you going to know the divine? You don't know God. Are you kidding? How can you know the spirit of God? You don't know God. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Eight of Swords. This person cannot stop thinking about you. They're stuck on you. They're ruminating over the situation, over the way it went down. They are so stuck on you. They cannot let it go because they know they have wicked plans, but they really thought you were isolated and that you would go for it. They didn't realize, let me tell you something. They didn't know you was a spiritual gangster, but also they didn't know that you enjoyed doing your big one. Like you enjoyed that. You enjoyed being by yourself. You enjoyed rocking it by yourself. You enjoyed studying by yourself because you was in communication with the Most High. You were being elevated. You were getting more acquainted with your spirit team, your ancestral team. You were learning your bloodline heritage. You were learning your spiritual gifts. You were getting more and more powerful and more connected and rising up in the spiritual politics of things while these fools were sitting up here talking about the earth realm. I know you lied, but this is the way it was playing out. This is the way it was playing out. It sure doesn't work like that. This is the way that it was playing out. We see the Four of Swords. One thing about your absence in this person's life is you continue to move on. Yes, they mourn you. Yes, they're stuck thinking about you. But one thing about it is they start to contemplate reality. Remember, they was trying to create a false reality for you. They were so like, oh my God, I'm going to trick her. They weren't never going to do shit, girl. Okay, but this is what they thought. They were going to trick you into a false reality. This person is, now they have to really sit back and do some thinking. This person does learn some level of spirituality from you in that they have to start sitting back really thinking about what you was trying to do and why it wouldn't work. They're going to have to sit back and think about that because, and it knocks them on their ass. They don't take it lightly. It's a blow to them because spiritually they're watching you literally thrive and they can't understand it. This person thought that they had way more pull in your life than they actually do. They thought they meant more to you than they actually do. They thought that you were more pliable than you actually are. They thought they knew you better than they actually knew you. And they thought that your plans weren't thought out. Somebody thought you were like losing your mind or loopy, or you were like a, what do they call it? Scatterbrain. You didn't know what you were doing. Whole time you have literally been following the steps of the Most High to a T. You've been following God as to the letter. You've been sticking to divine energy to the letter. You've been out here in whole walking in recipes out here in these streets. Just following the divine, following the divine. You've been drinking of the divine water, of the divine energy, like nobody's business. And here's some karmic, somebody, some warlock, somebody that's in demonic energy, somebody that thinks that they're going to manipulate you and play with your mind. One of the minds of one of the goddesses. Is you kidding me? And they're sitting there looking at you talking about, I think she done lost her mind. It's a joke. It's laughable. It's laughable that they thought they could get anywhere with you playing these sorts of games. They got to sit and think about that. They got to sit and think about that. Page of Wands with the Queen of Wands. This masculine, this warlock, this bastard, he may try to call you again. He may try to call you again. When he does call you again, it's going to be bad. And I don't mean it's going to be bad because you're going to lose your composure or lose your cool or do anything like that. It's going to be bad, beloved, because he's going to meet you for real for the first time. Queen of Wands. He's going to meet you for real for the first time. He's going to get on that phone and he's going to feel your fire for the first time. He's going to meet the glory of the Most High that's on you for the first time. He's going to hear your silence, but he's going to hear your silence. He's going to realize that you're never quiet. You were never being quiet because you were passive, because you were weak, because you were vulnerable, because you were by yourself. You're being quiet because you're powerful. You're quiet for the same reason lions are quiet. And I don't want to be around a quiet lion. The thought of it scares me, okay? Now, I'm shaking in my boots right here, right now, baby. Quiet lion is enough to keep me up at night. Just the very thought of it, girl. I think a few hairs just fell off of my head. Just the thought of it. You're quiet the way lions are quiet. You're quiet because you understand your power. And you're quiet because you're letting him know what you already know. Okay? You're quiet because you're letting him know what you already know. Thank you so much, Brown. You already know what you can do. You already know you can devour the whole courtyard. You're giving him a chance to figure it out. You already know you have the kind of strength of spirit that can burn this whole MF down. You're just ready for him to figure it out. You're not confused about who you are. You're not even confused about who he is. He's confused about who he is, and it's just now finding out who you are. If you do bother to answer that phone, totally up to you. He's going to experience you in a way that he's never experienced you before because of what you don't say. Because of what you don't say. You want nothing than that phone. You ain't got a lot for him. You just like, It's again back to that spiritual gangster energy. It's that mob boss energy. If Don Corleone was quiet, baby, when Michael Corleone was quiet, it was never good for anybody. It was never good for anybody. The less he said, the more it was like, shit. Okay? It's giving that. It's giving mob goddess. But you always had this strength. You always had this power. He didn't know. He didn't get it. He was telling himself that, you're just lonely, you're confused, you're quiet because you're confused, you're quiet. You were quiet on the other end of the phone that day because you couldn't even find the words. You were so in love with him, you couldn't even speak. He been lying to himself a long time. Funny thing, a lot of times when people try to cast spells on divine energies, they end up casting a spell on themselves. He had to cast a spell on himself. He was so amazing and he's so great. And you never said any of that, nor do you believe it. You're living your life for you. Please don't forget to like the live, everyone. Please subscribe if you're new. You were living for you. You were living for you. Okay? This man realizes after he makes the bad decision of calling you or, trying to contact you in some way or trying to look on your page after he hasn't looked for a while, he's going to have a bad experience. He's going to realize, Page of Cups with the Ten of Swords, that whatever little bit of love or affinity for him you may have had, you don't really have anymore. It's just gone. It's gone because he realizes that you're so absorbed in your world and your spirituality. You're not sitting on your page, posting sad love song lyrics. You're not sitting on your page lying to yourself about something and everybody can see you're not seeming sad. You didn't look great the last time he saw you, now you look bad. None of that's happening. So when he comes in contact with you, he kind of digitally or maybe even on the phone, he realizes that there is no semblance of sadness. There's nothing in you that seems hollow. There's nothing that suggests a hole was left when he moved on. There's nothing there that suggests that. 8 of Wands. There's nothing there that suggests that, but what you will find if you speak to him again, that all of his conversation will suggest that. Again, the curse he tried to lay on you is the curse that is laid on him today. That you would be lonely, insecure, confused. He's lonely, he's insecure, he's confused. That you would feel like you needed him at all costs. He feels like he needs you at all costs. That you would be calling him back, trying to feel him out, hoping there was some kind of love there. He's going to call you back, trying to feel you out, hoping there's some kind of love there. All the energy he threw at you was thrown back at him strictly because of your strength, your sovereignty, and your dedication to your spirituality and your goddess energy. You were never available for the game he was trying to play. 9 of Pentacles energy. You are divine. You are divine. You know who you are and what you are. And you always stood in that energy. You just literally just stood in that energy. There's nothing else to know. No, not tonight, Carmen. There's nothing else to know. You're not affected. He's not effective. See, we don't realize that a lot of times as karmic energies as well, for karmic energies as well, if we as divine energies are not affected, they realize they're not effective. Like you did all that little, you think you a warlock, you think you a whole witch out here, bitch. You ain't never met me. They weren't effective with you. They didn't get to you. They didn't get to you. They didn't get to you. That's what the goal was. Where you're sitting in the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles back to back. Stop. You're loaded with spiritual energy, spiritual gifts. How are they going to get to you? How are they going to get to you? The Chariot, and you have plenty momentum. You ride out. Like you just get in the wind on people. You don't stick around for negativity. You don't stick around for lies. You don't stick around for people to play these kinds of games with you. They played these kinds of games with you. They gave it their best, girl. They gave it their all to play these types of games with you, but you're not really available for that. Your energy is too strong. Like you have too much going for yourself. Spiritually speaking, you're too sure of yourself. You're not the right candidate for what they were trying to do. It's giving that. We see the vixens watch. I already told you come through in siren energy. I already told you that. You come through in siren energy. So there's something dangerous about you. This is why this masculine, he may have always felt like, you must be up to something. You must be playing some kinds of games with me. You've never played no games with him. He's playing games with himself. But because you have the strength to not play into that demonic BS, he just keeps playing himself. He's always played himself in your energy. Okay? He's trying to say you're like this predator type of energy and you're this vixen girl. Look, we done pulled these two. We done pulled these two together, girl. He like, oh my God, she's a predator. She's a vixen. She did something to me, y'all. Like he going to the bros, man. She did something to me, man. She did something. I don't know. I've been in the bed. I ain't been the same, man. She must have did some of that work on me, y'all. I'm telling you, bro. Call your sister that be playing with them candles. She gonna have to do something about this. Shorty done did something to me. My lady, she done did you. She gonna have to get this shit up off me, bro. He out here talking like that. Man probably grown as hell out here talking like one of the YNs. You done broke him down. And it's crazy when karmics are literally just broken down. They're just broken down by the presence of God. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to do any work. You didn't have to respond. You didn't have to answer the phone. You just continue to exist. You continue to prove that God said you are so, so you are so. You just continue to prove that God said he is and he is. She is and she is. You are and you are. I am and I am. It burns them up because they want to believe that God's word will return void. and somehow you will no longer be authorized to shine, to exist, to rise. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. Okay. If you have enjoyed this divine feminine tarot tea, girl, please go ahead, do like, do share, do subscribe. Okay, do not be afraid to come through the building, girl. And when you do, girl, please go ahead and hit that bell so you can be here every single time. Me and the T team are up in here getting it in with all of these good old tarot messages. Baby, if you are in the building, please do subscribe so you can be here, so you can look at the readings, so you can hear the lectures, so you can be in the tea, girl. Thank you so much, Brown. So you could go over to Pretty Princess Promises and Prosperity Petitions and enjoy the content over there. So you can be there for the lecture channel that is coming soon, girl. QHW26, girl. We do welcome you. I hope everybody here had a good time tonight because we got into some of that real deal old school divine feminine tarot tea. This is the spiritual tea that we used to get into at the beginning of the channel, baby. We dug deep and we dug deep tonight. So I hope that everybody was blessed by the knowledge and got a new perspective on the way they are affecting the universe, the world around them via their connection to the Most High. If you would like to go ahead, get on the wait list for a personal reading from me, dftarottea@gmail.com. Okay. Also, if you are still in the building, you already know you want to put a whole smooth 130 10 in the comment section because it was exactly 130 minutes and 10 seconds when I said what I said. Okay. Also, if you would like to go ahead and make a little love offering to the reader, girl, so I can get me a little cheese for my Trisket, girl. Hold on. A little cheese for my Trisket, girl. Please go ahead and hit me a girl, a little roasted garlic Trisket. dftarottea at Cash App or PayPal, baby. Y'all already know what it is. God bless y'all. I'm so glad y'all came out and kicked it with me tonight. It was a blast. We will probably be back tomorrow evening or Saturday morning. Do not be afraid. Or no, I'm lying. I'm telling y'all a whole lot. Or Saturday after tomorrow evening or Saturday afternoon. Maybe a reading tomorrow afternoon, not sure. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming out and kick with me. Y'all already know I love me some good sharp cheddar cheese and put on them Triscuits, girl. Y'all already know it has been a blast, okay? And you can check out any of the memberships if you would like. We have added a lot of the OG readings to the dark archives, girl, on this channel. The membership, the dark archive. We have added a lot of the old school dark feminine tarot tea on there as well. Maybe we do a lot more dark feminine exploration in the coming days, just depending on which way spirit leads me when I do my little Bible readings and stuff like that. Also going to be putting more spiritual warfare readings behind the membership. Y'all check the memberships out if you will. And as always, thank you so much, Witty. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying with me tonight. It was a blast. It was a ball. Y'all already know we're going to be back. Thank you to everyone who gifted. God bless you. May God continue to bless you on your walk. May God continue to lead you in the lane of the righteous. Okay. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.